All right, we're live. What it is, good people. You're now locked in with the baddest chaplain on the globe. C to the B proudly presents to you songs that could do no wrong. Hosted by the baddest chaplain himself, Chris B, here on Sound Booth Radio 1. Talking to my man, Cash Hollistah. Cash!
Yo.
How we doing, brother? How's everything?
You know what? Everything is good, man. Today actually is my wife and I's 8th year anniversary. So, yeah.
This day?
Today, yeah. So she let
man,
me.
Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it. She let me get 15 minutes to talk to you, and then we'll be heading out. So, yeah.
I no doubt, man. No, salutes to the wife, man. Salutes to the wife.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Yo, man. So, I wanted to take you to the foundation for me, man. Like, talk about when did you get started rapping, man? What's the first moment in your life that you realized that you were going to be an MC, not just for fun, but for life?
Right. I mean, I started like when I was 9. The first song that I heard was EPMD's "You Got to Chill," and so that sort of like, all right, I really wanted to do this. But then it wasn't until like I was a sophomore in high school that I started taking it seriously. Then when I graduated, I got with the clique in Tulsa called Mass Reality. And then from there, I kind of took it seriously from there. So.
But I'm gonna run that one question back because for some reason I'm getting crazy feedback. I don't know if you're hearing it on your end.
I'm not hearing. No, I'm not hearing it. No.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm still getting crazy feedback on it. That's really weird.
Yeah, it sounds good on my end.
It sounds clear on your end?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right. So I remember you saying EPMD, You Got to Chill. So what was it about that song that made you feel like, oh, like this, you expired?
I mean, I had seen the video on MTV Raps at my grandparents' because in my house, we weren't allowed to listen to secular music. But I went to my grandparents' house in D.C., and so they had the cable, they had all that good stuff. And so I had seen MTV Raps for the first time, and that was like the very first video I saw. I was familiar with the Zap sample, the bounce to the ounce. And so that's what immediately got me. And then like just seeing, Eric Sermon and PMD just rapping, like that was really like what got me hooked. That was my first moment.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. So what was the rap scene like in Kansas? I know that's where you hailed. Is that where you grew up as well? What was the rap scene there?
Born and raised, it's pretty much non-existent.
For sure.
When I first started. There was people doing it here and there, but the thing about Kansas is that it is sort of an amalgamation. Like it gets a lot of style from different places. We have like a lot of West Coast influence, some East Coast influence, Southern influence, and so I used to listen. I listen to all types of music. So the Kansas scene is very diverse. But yeah, growing up, there wasn't a lot. It was a lot of room for rappers to do the thing.
I dig that, man. I dig that. So, growing up in Kansas, I don't know if you're a basketball fan, but are you a KU fan then?
Funny thing about me is that I'm not a fan of any Kansas sports. I'm from here. I'm from the K.
Okay.
But,
right.
Nah, it's just I've always been more of an East Coast guy. My family lives out in D.C. for the most part. So, like a lot of East Coast sports is what I kind of follow. So, yeah, it's weird, but. Yeah, I'm not a Kansas guy like that.
Nah, to each his own, man. No shots.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I know at the time when we're talking about this, man, the Olympics are wrapping up. I wanted to know, how would you compare your rap style if it were to be an Olympic event, man? Like for those of the listeners who should be, like what Olympic event would fit with your style, man?
The style, man, I think because I say a line in somewhere in Middle America, like these lames follow the Jamaicans, but I study the Kenyans because this ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. So I would say it's 10,000 meters. That's the thing. It's almost it's that marathon run. Like you
Wow.
you can't just. I mean, you'll get the singles. You know what I mean? Those are the little sprints. Like you'll get that burst. But like if you really want to know like my style, or you want to know me, like you're gonna sit through the project. You know what I mean? Sit through my project. So yeah, marathon.
I'm with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm with that's pretty dope analogy right there. But yo, I'm excited, man, to see that you're going on tour with D1. D1's a friend of the show. Yeah. How'd that come about?
It's not necessarily a tour, but like I'm on like a stop. I'm in Kansas City, but I'm on the Kansas City stop. The promoter, like the promoter of the show or the tour, had reached out to me and seen kind of what I do in Kansas City. I'm actually from a town called Salina, Kansas, which is about 3 hours west, but I do a lot of traveling, and he had seen me in Kansas City and just reached out to me out the blue. I wasn't expecting it. He was like, yeah, man, I'd like to get you hooked up with D1, do the show, whatever. And I was like, yeah. I like D1, so cool. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Friend of the show. With Cash Mob is coming out later this summer, is that correct?
Yeah, it's going to be, probably late this fall. We got to get a little sample.
Late fall? Okay.
Yeah, got to get a sample cleared. But once that gets done, we're ready to roll.
Okay. That's really cool, man. So what's your favorite track from it so far? What's something that's really made you feel like this is a timely record?
My favorite track is Now or Never. And it's pretty much what closes out the project. And it's really it's kind of a self-motivational track. I think this whole project is motivational music, but it's really just something for me. Like the time was now for me to drop something. I'd been pushing it back for a myriad of reasons, really. But it was just no more excuses. Like now's the time to do it. So I love it. It's kind of a short song, but I think just it encompasses everything I wanted to say.
I'll get that.
Yeah, knowing that window of opportunity, just for me personally, I feel like the window of opportunity for me to do projects and to rap is sort of closing, just because of time and family and stuff like that. So if I had a chance to speak, it needed to be now or never. So.
It's funny you say it that way, brother, because I feel like a part of rapping and all of us who are part of this culture is that definitely it comes with regrets in terms of like timing and in terms of just seizing the moment and everything like that. Is that part of the inspiration behind your record Jump? Also, do you feel like you're trying to live those dreams out before it's too late?
Yeah, because regrets are a beast and a half to have, and so for me, it's sort of the basis behind that record. It really was that. Like I had a come to Jesus moment last winter. I was kind of out in the desert where my in-laws were, and I was just kind of conversing with God about like, what am I doing as far as with the gift of music? I do stuff in the community. I was part of the arts and the arts council here in the city, and I did poetry and hip hop classes in high schools and colleges, and I was hosting poetry events and hip hop events around here. So I was really just engaged in the community, but at the same time, I really wasn't doing what I originally was supposed to do, which is music. And so it was a thing of just like, God, all right, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, why am I so scared to put out music? Why am I, figuring out my place? The landscape of Christian hip hop has changed a lot. Hip hop, period. Yeah. Like the landscape has changed, a lot, like in the past 5 years. So just trying to figure out how, as a lyricist, how do I fit in this culture now? Not so much being relevant, because I think relevancy is subjective and it's kind of annoying to fight to stay relevant. But just what's my place in the game? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but it was having that conversation, and then like 2 weeks later, I seen the Steve Harvey video where it talks about jumping, where he was talking to his audience about that. And that was confirmation for me, like, let me just go on ahead and jump, because I don't want to be on the edge the entire time. Like, I don't want to do the what if thing. I want to be able to show my kids, you know, that daddy did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
that's really incredible, man. Like, it's funny when I heard that song Jump, it made me think about how, you know, I'm happily married and have kids now myself, and I was like, man, I should have jumped out of a plane when I had the chance. Like,
yeah.
I can't do that. I got too many responsibilities. I'm never gonna be able to parachute now. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you still can, though. I think you still can. You probably gonna have to. You might have to have that talk with your wife. You might have to sign some papers, maybe. You know what I mean? Some waivers. But yeah,
the ill permission slip.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So how have you seen Christian hip hop change just in your time in the game? Like, I know we talk about hip hop in general has changed a whole lot, and I think that trap is sort of birthing itself out of that, or as an overall movement. But just specifically with CHH, how have you seen it change? Because this has been I can't call this year. It's been a very almost melancholy year, just from my perspective.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I grew up listening to Christian rap. From the beginning, like Stephen Wiley, Mike Peace, ETW, like I'm entrenched in Christian rap, so I've seen it grow. And I, like, when I started coming in, Tunnel Rats and LA Symphony and Mars Ill were the guys that were kind of like the torchbearers, Grits as well. And so sort of seeing like Lecrae's rise and the transition into mainstream and being able to engage in the culture. On one hand, he's been awesome. I think the problem, not with him, but I think the problem is that a lot of people just copy formulas. Right. They copy blueprints. So like they try and just do a bunch of Turn Up for Jesus music because it kind of works for Lecrae or it works for Andy. And there's just there's no originality. There's no authenticity, really. So for me, like seeing where the game is going, like that's one part that I don't necessarily vibe with, is that. But I think just in terms of just quality, Christian rap has stepped up immensely. You couldn't say that. You can say that in 2001. You can say that in 2002. We were behind. We were very behind. But now, like we're catching up. So I think it's just that, and hopefully we can get some more accountability within the genre. You know, cats submitting to leadership, to their pastors, actually going to church. Because sometimes, like a lot of the Christian rap cats that I encounter, you can kind of tell either they're still baby Christians or they're not even really, in the faith like that.
For sure.
So it's figuring out who is really about it. And I think with a lot of the social justice issues that are coming up right now, you can kind of start to see who's really in it, who's really about the commission, who's about that walk, and who's just kind of, about the money.
Yeah. Now, I know it's always been sort of a frustrating thing for me to witness is a lot of Christian rappers who will try to speak about the social justice issues of the day being shot down by fans or having to almost like argue on Twitter for the significance of it, because Christian hip hop still is, as it's constituted, a majority white fan base with majority black artists. Right. And so it's still that sort of like contention, if you will.
Yeah. It's a lot of disconnect, I think, from the fans to what's going on. It's like we can't Chris Tomlin our way out of this. No, you know what I mean? Like we got to be able to engage. I mean, and that's what Jesus did. Like you would think that one of the biggest injustices of mankind was Jesus' arrest and his trial. Like that was unjust. So you would think that because we serve somebody who went through one of the worst injustices, that we could be able to empathize with injustices that are happening around the world. And one of the sad things is that you're not seeing that, it's get over it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. But yet we go and we sing Jesus' love on the cross. And that's something we're not supposed to forget. So why do we need to forget this? So
That's a fascinating point. It makes, when you said that, bro, it makes me think about the book by James Cone, The Cross and the Lynching Tree.
Word. Yeah.
Talks about, Jesus' death being a lynching. I've seen another artist talk about it in terms of, Jesus was the original hands up, don't shoot. Just like a lot of levels to it, man. A lot of levels.
Yeah. So it's just.
I want to switch.
No, go ahead.
Then I was saying, switching to another somber topic though is a lot of us in this community are still mourning DJ Official, and I was wanting to ask you, like, what did he mean to you as an artist and someone who's just such a mainstay in this culture?
For me, as far as Official, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't necessarily a huge follower of Official. I'm definitely aware and cognizant of what he brought to the genre. A lot of my DJ friends, I know for a fact, studied, Official, like some of the things that he did and what he brought to just even Christian DJs,
right,
making them step their game up. And even in terms of production, like I knew some of the beats that he did, and it was, like some of the cross movement stuff, and he definitely stepped their production up. And like some, one of my guys, Stephen Patton, from Rapzilla, was definitely like, they were like really cool and really tight. And so like some of the stories that he would talk about Fish were great. And so I definitely salute Official for what he did to the culture of Christian rap. And it's still it's really an immense loss. Like, to see that, like, he passed away at 39 is crazy, but that was his time. And for him to continue to have the faith and to follow God until the end, it's commendable.
Yeah, for sure. I saw a beautiful post from his wife talking about, even with 13% lung capacity and driving himself to dialysis, he was still playing Pokemon Go with his daughters, and still just a wonderful husband and father. Just, prayers to him and prayers to his family, and just thanking God for his life, man, for real.
Yeah, no stuff.
Absolute, man. So looking forward, man, like 2016 still has a few months left in it, man. What are your hopes for it, man? Like, what is the impact you're hoping that the music makes, the performances and so forth?
Really, like, we're working on this video for Jump, and so I really hope that this video impacts 3 times as much as the song has. Just we know what we want to say with this. Just to put the visual to the concept of not living your life on the edge. So hopefully that, it does its work there, and then just with the project, just to get some lyricism, back into the subgenre, if you will, or just to the genre in general. Because for me, like, I'm not, I know a lot of people get hung up on rapper that's Christian rapper, whatever. For me, I rap. You can call me anything you want to, just don't call me whack. You know what I mean? So, so for me, it's to being able to impact the genre of hip hop as a whole. And so I hope that the video that comes out for Jump and Jump Now, that it just continues to do what it's supposed to do, that God, pushes it out, and that people are, impacted and wanting to know more about not just jumping, but more about, like, faith. To know more about God, and what is it that, who is this God that, that this guy Cash is rapping about? And, why should I follow him? So.
For sure, man. For sure. Brother, it's definitely a joy, man, to witness the movement as it's bubbling.
Yeah.
And just hoping that, it really makes the impact it's supposed to make, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. And just I guess one quick plug is that, I'm part of a group called Die Daily. And,
yes.
Yeah. So it's a group it's like a brotherhood of people who sort of abide by the concept of living for Christ, dying to self, and serving others. And so I hope that that motto, those mottos sort of impact people as well. So, just learning the concept of dying daily, which is tough, fighting that war with flesh every day. Not wanting to cut somebody out whenever they cross you or disrespect you, or what I'm saying, things of that nature.
That's real. Yeah. That's very real, man. That's very real. Hey, before we go, can I just get you to give us a quick shout out? Just say, rep who you are, rep Die Daily, and say you're now listening to songs that could do no wrong, hosted by the Baddest Chaplain, Chris B.
The Baddest what?
Chaplain.
Okay. All right. Sir. Yo, what's going on, man? It's Catch Hollistah, a.k.a. CH, and you are listening to Songs That Can Do No Wrong, hosted by the Baddest Chaplain, Chris B. Die Daily, the movement. Yo, one take cash, man. You already know. That's how I do it.
One take cash.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. Hey, man, blessings to you and your wife, man.
I appreciate it.
Yo, congratulations on the anniversary, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
End it up, man. All right, good people. Y'all know today is Songs That Could Do No Wrong.